Last time on Dragon Ball Z. Our hero's worst fears were realized when Cell absorbed Android 17 into his being. Fueled by this union, Cell underwent a mighty transformation, moving him one step closer to his final terrifying form. Yes, the reformed Cell was certainly a sight to behold, but what sort of horrifying new powers accompanied this shocking new appearance?
Our new look, much more comely than the last. Merging with 18 should have a similar effect. I can't wait.
Bulging in his new body, Cell was able to quickly overcome the Oxlite 16.
Look what you've done. You're a monster.
It seemed no one could stop Cell from absorbing Android 18 and reaching his completion.
My dear Android, when will you understand that you belong to me?
Then, in a daredevil move, Tien ambushed Cell with a bold new attack. But how long can he keep it up? Find out today on Dragon Ball Z.
Why don't you back off and leave my friend alone?
So you're Goku.
And I take it you're Cell.
At long last, the moment of truth has arrived. After a year of unseen training, Trunks and Vegeta have emerged from the hyperbolic time chamber. But do these hardened Saiyans possess the strength necessary to defeat the most terrible villain ever to threaten the Earth? Stay tuned for scenes from the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Previously on Dragon Ball Z, Tien kept the monster Cell at bay with a barrage of high-powered energy attacks. No matter how hard Cell tried, he could not escape the power of Tien's ferocious blasts. But Tien's technique required an incredible amount of energy, and soon the courageous hero could fight no more. Furious at losing sight of the androids, Cell demanded that Tien pay for the interruption with his life. But Goku was not about to lose another friend on the battlefield. Employing his instant transmission technique, Goku arrived in the nick of time, rescuing his friend and challenging the android villain.
I'd really like to teach you a lesson, but I need one more day before I'm strong enough to go up against you. I'm gonna take you down, Cell! Your days of terrorizing the Earth will be over for good!
And after placing the near-dead Piccolo on his back, Goku was gone with a flash, leaving Cell with a mouthful of dust.
Well, they won't get away from me again. Now I must continue my search.
The hunt is on for the two remaining androids, and Cell won't rest until 18 is absorbed. Can Goku complete his training and still stop Cell from carrying out his evil plan? Get ready for Dragon Ball Z.
Thanks for waiting, guys. Did we miss anything?
It's good to have you back. Kinda hungry.
Right now, Dad?
Come out! I should have caught up with those androids by now. There's no way they could have gotten so far away from me.
Wow! Hey, come here! You gotta see this!
Together, Gohan and Goku are about to face their greatest challenge inside the hyperbolic time chamber. If they can endure the intense training, they will become ascended Saiyans. But it's not going to be easy. Planet Earth is depending on them. They must succeed. Stay tuned for scenes from the next exciting episode of Dragon Ball Z. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Cell continued his quest for Android 18. Hoping to flush her out from hiding, the vile android launched a series of blind attacks on the islands below, raining down terror on hundreds of unsuspecting civilians. He's a monster on a mission. And he wants Android 18 something fierce. Because once he absorbs her, Cell will reach his final stage and become a pure, evil entity. And back at Kai's place, Vegeta and Trunks complete their intensive training. Eager to demonstrate his newfound abilities, Vegeta took off to face Cell on his own. Trunks followed close behind, ready at any moment to back up his father.
Oh good, the fireworks have already started.
While Vegeta prepared for his confrontation with Cell, Goku and Gohan crossed the threshold into the hyperbolic time chamber. If they can endure it, they will get a year of training in a single day and become stronger than ever before. But is taking a day away from the pursuit of Cell a wise decision or an open invitation for disaster? Don't miss today's episode of Dragon Ball Z.
What are you doing here?
A power punch from a souped-up Saiyan. Ow, that can't feel good. So will it be Vegeta who delivers the final blow and puts an end to Cell's deadly tirade? Stay tuned for scenes from the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Next time on Dragon Ball Z, Cell and Vegeta go at it in a face-off you don't want to miss. Now that Vegeta has reached a new level of power, he'll stop at nothing to prove he's the strongest fighter in the universe. But the serpent-like Cell isn't about to give his title away without a good fight. It's a clash of oversized egos. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. Ball Z. Cell blasted a chain of violence into oblivion, hoping to uncover the hidden android.
We are safe here.
The beautiful Android 18 and her battered buddy Android 16 soon realized their safe hiding place wasn't so safe anymore. With Cell closing in on them, they would either have to surrender to the synthetic serpent, or they'd be reduced to scrap.
This is the last island. Last chance.
Cell was ready to unleash an earth-shaking energy blast that would expose the androids, when suddenly two unexpected allies arrived and saved the digital duo from disaster.
Are you ready now to witness a power not seen for thousands of years?
Now that Vegeta has completed his training, he's got something to prove. His burning desire is to destroy Cell and prove once and for all that he's the strongest warrior in the universe. There's no doubt Vegeta is a pumped-up powerhouse, more than ready to put Cell's lights out permanently. But now that the self-centered Saiyan has ascended, is he just a flash in the pan? Or can he really bring the monster Cell to his knees?
What's wrong? I hope I'm not making you uncomfortable.
You'd have to face them alone.
Vegeta has become a legend in his own mind. He's ready to make his Saiyan ancestors proud by fulfilling his destiny. But if he wins this battle, will he become an even bigger monster than Cell? Stay tuned. Previously on Dragon Ball Z, Gohan began his training in the hyperbolic time chamber, a room that defies the normal constraints of time and space. His mission, to achieve the level of Super Saiyan under the watchful guidance of his father.
Son, use the pain of loss.
Elsewhere, Vegeta began his assault on the evil superpower Cell, who was still one android short of completing his evolution. Even without absorbing Android 18, Cell had already gained a preposterous amount of strength when he successfully integrated Android 17 into his body. It seemed he was now unstoppable. But what's this?
That one was free. Now I'm going to show you what true power really is.
It appeared that Vegeta had actually surpassed him in strength.
Vegeta, you changed. You become something else.
Yes, I am Super Vegeta.
Cell's scared.
What do you say, Vegeta?
You still sound like a baby who's trying to get his way.
Ah, this isn't happening!
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Cell tested his might against Vegeta, the Super Saiyan Prince. Composed partly by cells from all of the greatest warriors in the universe, Cell knew Vegeta's fighting techniques by heart. And suddenly, Vegeta found himself on the other end of a gallant gun blast, an attack that he had invented himself long ago. But when the dust settled, it was Vegeta who proved to be the stronger man. Having trained for a day in the hyperbolic time chamber, Vegeta had transcended the level of Super Saiyan and achieved a new level of speed and strength that not even Cell could match.
Do you understand how fruitless this is? I've been allowing you to deceive yourself, that's all. You never had a chance to win. If by some miracle you managed to get by me, Trunks would have finished you off. Basic Cell, you took a gamble and you lost.
Could this really be the end of Cell? Find out today on Dragon Ball Z.
Man, Cell's just dying to find 18. Somehow, I've got to find her first and use this on her. Once she's immobilized, I'll blast her. Oh man, what a job.
I'll absorb her, and then we can resume where we left off.
All right, almost there. Just a little bit closer and this thing should work.
No, no! The android! She's here!
Unaware that she has been discovered by Cell, Android 18 stands transfixed before Krillin, each one of them wondering who will draw first in this emotional showdown. But the real danger lies above, hovering ominously with the darkest of intentions and the blackest of desires.
On our next episode, Trunks has his hands full trying to keep Cell from absorbing Android 18. Vegeta's the one holding the keys, but it doesn't look like Trunks is going to get any help from him. So much for teamwork. I don't know about Vegeta sometimes, but we're still working on him. Uh-oh, trouble's brewing on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z!
last episode of Dragon Ball Z, it looked as though Vegeta had Cell in its inescapable grip. But don't count Cell out quite yet. Knowing the Saiyans' thirst for battle, Cell lured Vegeta into a mind-boggling agreement.
Now go and absorb your android. Hopefully the next time I see you, you won't be in such a pitiful state. It's embarrassing.
What did I tell you? But will allowing Cell to power up be Vegeta's final mistake? Not if Trunks has anything to say about it. Meanwhile, Krillin held the fate of the other androids in the palm of his hand. Literally! With one flick of the switch, Krillin could turn off Android 18 for good, preventing Cell from reaching his completion. But at the crucial moment of decision, Krillin opted to spare the beautiful android's life.
You shouldn't be here. Look, if Cell finds you, then we're all doomed. Please go.
Has Krillin's fit of compassion sealed the planet's fate? And if things weren't bad enough, Cell has stumbled upon the alcove where the androids are hiding. The scales of victory are tipping in Cell's favor today on Dragon Ball Z.
Yes, I have found what I've been looking for. Soon, 18, you will be mine. Once I have consumed her, I will be a perfect mind and body. The ultimate warrior. An android with no equal in power, speed, or technique.
Looks like Cell has finally succeeded in reaching the pinnacle of his power. How will our heroes face up against this ultimate foe? Are the Namex right? Is the entire universe at risk? Find out in the next exciting episode of Dragon Ball Z. What's everybody upset about? Could it be the fact that Cell has almost reached his final stage in becoming the ultimate indestructible android? Well, so far it looks like Krillin and Android 18 are no match for Cell's immense evil power.
Monster.
Especially in Android 18's case. It looks like Cell has consumed the last piece of the puzzle to gain his full potential. Has all hope now vanished for the people of Earth?
It's begun.
Is there anyone left strong enough to challenge the superiority of Cell? Or is the entire universe doomed? Get ready, because it's time to find out.
No! Dad, don't!
Is this the beginning of the end? Is there no stopping the all-powerful Cell? There's only one way to find out. Don't you dare miss the next exciting episode of Dragon Ball Z. Last time on Dragon Ball Z. Cell was in the final stages of his evolution to become the ultimate android. It looked like all our heroes could do was stand back and watch in terror as he morphed into the most powerful machine in the universe. With haunting visions of the future plaguing his mind, Trunks tried desperately to stop the transformation. But it was too late. Nothing could stop Cell from changing. And so, with one earth-shaking blast, it finally happened. Cell was complete.
Vegeta, it's your fault.
While the other fighters trembled, Vegeta could only smile at this latest development. After all, he's the one who let it happen.
Anything to worry about.
But seeing the horrible monster who had absorbed Android 18 was too much for Krillin. And against all odds, the heartbroken hero lashed out at Cell with blow after angry blow. But as much as Krillin wanted Cell to go down, the mighty android proved to be invincible to Krillin's every attempt.
Krillin, get out of there!
And with one dynamic kick, it appears that Cell has added Krillin to the long list of lives he's destroyed. Can anyone stop this heartless villain? Stay tuned for today's episode of Dragon Ball Z.
No, Krillin, no! Still had the chance!
Vegeta's strength is hard to believe. He's dead even with Cell in his final stage.
It won't last.
Huh?
He isn't thinking. Vegeta has let his anger take control and it's making his fighting technique sloppy. That's no way to fight.
With Cell on the march, is this really the end of Vegeta? Or will Trunks go against his father's wishes to save his life? The monster continues his warpath next time on Dragon Ball Z. on the next Dragon Ball Z. Gohan reaches new levels of power, while down on Earth, the battle between Cell and Vegeta rises to a climax. Both fighters are testing the boundaries of their new super strength. Can Vegeta hold off the advances of this ultimate android? Don't miss the next electrifying episode of Dragon Ball Z. The last episode of Dragon Ball Z. Vegeta powered up to face the monstrous Cell, who had finally reached his perfect form. It was a battle neither fighter could resist, as both Vegeta and Cell were anxious to test the extent of their newfound powers. But as the fight rolled forward, it quickly became clear that Cell was merely playing with the Saiyan, a realization that made Vegeta madder than ever. Try as he might, Vegeta couldn't even make the evil android powerhouse flinch. As Vegeta's attacks proved ineffective against Cell's awesome power, our heroes couldn't help but ask themselves an important question. Who would be next? As Vegeta's thirst for a challenge backfired in his face, by allowing Cell to absorb Android 18 as the Super Saiyan sealed his own fate. With Vegeta's pride on the line, you can be sure he'll find out today on Dragon Ball Z. With Vegeta down for the count, it looks like Trunks is finally ready to unleash his true powers. But can the young Saiyan really hold off Cell long enough to save his father's life? Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Vegeta summoned all of his strength into one ultimate energy blast and fired it directly at Cell. When the smoke cleared, Vegeta saw he had indeed hit his mark and disarmed Cell. Literally. But Vegeta's celebration was soon cut short, as Cell demonstrated his powers of regeneration. Sprouting a new arm, Cell was ready for battle once again, and Vegeta found himself in a very dangerous situation. Despite all of his new Saiyan powers, Vegeta could not make a dent in Cell's monstrous armor. But he could sure make an impact. With his father knocked unconscious, Trunks was ready at last to unveil his hidden power and take his turn at Cell. But can this young warrior find the strength to save Vegeta and battle Cell all by himself? Find out today on Dragon Ball Z.
Krillin! Look out!
So this is the boy's secret.
Fueled by rage and ready to sacrifice it all, Trunks has squared off against Cell in one final bout. With his energy continuing to build, Trunks has surpassed the fighting powers of all the other heroes. Perhaps his year of training was all he needed, but Cell isn't going to make it easy on him. Stay tuned as the two fighters from the future throw down to decide the planet's fate. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Trunks leapt into a one-on-one brawl against Cell. With Vegeta beaten and Goku still in training, it was clear that Trunks was the planet's last hope.
Come on. Hang in there, Trunks. You have to beat Cell. You're the only one who can do it now.
Kicking it into second gear, Trunks struggled to keep Cell at bay long enough for Vegeta to be rescued. Now alone on the battlefield, Trunks is pushing his powers as far as he can.
I will. But show me some of that wonderful power of yours first.
Cell, loaded with confidence after pummeling Vegeta, is actually encouraging Trunks to unleash his maximum power. The evil android is anxious for a good fight, and by the looks of it, that's exactly what he's going to get. Get ready as these two titans engage in the fight for the future. Today on Dragon Ball Z.
I will not let you destroy the future again!
That's the way, Trunks. Keep it up. Show me your great power. You've held back for far too long. Let's see what you can do.
The battle between Trunks and Cell is well underway. And after a bone-breaking first round, the young Saiyan seems to have a slight upper hand. But what secret does Cell know that's making him so relaxed? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Trunks and Cell push their powers to incredible new levels.
And you'll be the first to see the true power of the Saiyan race.
Trunks beefed up his body and ascended to a level never before seen on planet Earth. As his muscles bulged and raw power pumped through his veins, the android watched, sinister and silent. Trunks may have become stronger than Vegeta, but he hasn't won yet. The biggest challenge of Trunks' life stands before him, and the Saiyan from the future shows no signs of backing down. After an onslaught of well-delivered punches, Trunks proved that he was a force not to be ignored. With fierce determination, he hammered Cell into the ground. And still, Cell laughed.
Impressive. I must admit you have exceeded me, Trunks. At least in the area of brute strength. And yet, you have absolutely no chance of defeating me.
Listen to yourself. What kind of logic is that?
Oh, you'll see.
Uh-oh. What's Cell up to now?
I'll put you down permanently.
That's it!
That's it. That's the look. Until then.
Who would have imagined such a shocking turn of events? By reviving the World Martial Arts Tournament, Cell plans to humiliate his opponents in front of a live television audience. Talk about adding insult to injury. In only 10 short days, the tournament will begin, and the prize for the winner, control of the world. Train hard, you guys, because it's time to put your Super Saiyan abilities to the test. Dragon Ball Z. Word spreads quickly about Cell's new tournament. Our heroes reunite for 10 deceptively peaceful days. Each fighter must choose whether or not to take part in the fight against Cell, and those who sign up scramble to prepare. It's a cram session for the final exam next time on Dragon Ball Z.